What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe to our channel and smash that thumbs up. We appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten here over the years at Pickdawgz. If you're looking for my best bets, the games that I absolutely love, head to Pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Going to have some college hoops on the board today. Going to have an NBA 3-pack and an NHL 3-pack as well. This is a great time to jump on a long-term pass. March is finally here. The madness is finally here. Conference tournaments are starting for college hoops. Still have NBA and NHL in full swing, so you can hop on a daily pass, but like I said, the best value is jumping on long-term. It's going to make the plays cheaper. It gets a lot cheaper than buying those daily packages every single day, so something to look into. You could also pair me up with one of your favorite handicappers or any of your favorite handicappers as part of our multi-capper promotion. And remember, whatever you do, use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. But, I'm fully transparent here on the wraparound. Monday, terrible day for me on the premium side. I'm hungry. I'm ready to come back with a vengeance against the books. Like I said, got my clock cleaned. It's just part of the territory. It's kind of what we sign up for. You have the good days, you got the bad days. Didn't have the greatest day on the wraparound either, but you know what? We're still going to show up. The books are going to regret the day that they crossed us, and I think that's going to be Tuesday. We have a 9-game card to look at here in the NHL. Let's make some money. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game on Tuesday's card takes us to the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils take on the Florida Panthers. And this is a New Jersey Devils team that's still, this season has played their less effective hockey at home. They're a better road team. They're 16-12-2 on the road, 14-15-2 at home. And New Jersey, they're coming off of back-to-back losses on the road. Now they go back home where they've alternated wins and losses. They've been, like I said, highly inconsistent. Last time we saw them at home, they lost 4-1 to Tampa Bay. Now they welcome another Florida team to town that is on a back-to-back here in the Florida Panthers. But Anthony Stolarz has proven to be a capable backup if it is him here. I don't think it's going to be Sergei Bobrovsky going on back-to-back nights. And this is a Florida Panthers team that's won 11 straight games in the favorite role. We're getting them at a coin flip price. And like I said, I know the back-to-back is a tough spot, but if you're going to keep giving me one of the hottest teams in hockey and arguably the best team in hockey at a coin flip price, when they're on fire once again, I'm going to take it. Give me the Florida Panthers on the money line at -115. Now we're heading to the PPG Paints Arena where the Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. And, the Blue Jackets are on the back-to-back here. And, this has been a profitable team on the puck line. I mean, we just saw Columbus whoop up on the Vegas Golden Knights 6-3. But here's the thing, while the Columbus Blue Jackets have been a profitable team on the +1.5 puck line on the road, and I haven't been a huge fan of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the reality is that they've struggled on the road, and now they go back home where they've technically been a better team, and not only that, they've won back-to-back home games, but they've also owned the Columbus Blue Jackets in this building. The Pittsburgh Penguins have won 25 of the last 29 meetings between these two teams in Pittsburgh. 18 of those 25 wins have come by 2 or more goals. It's hard to go against numbers like that. I know the games aren't played on paper, but in certain spots, you kind of just got to ride the trends, and this is one that I think we have to ride. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Penguins on the puck line in this one. Now we're going to the UBS Arena where the New York Islanders take on the St. Louis Blues, and both teams have won a couple games on the bounce, and the St. Louis Blues are getting some nice plus money here, but I can't ignore the fact that they are still less effective on the road this season. And the New York Islanders, while the Islanders, have been inconsistent at times this season, they have won 3 straight. They're coming off a really solid win over the Boston Bruins at home in their last matchup. And St. Louis, this is a back-to-back spot for St. Louis. They have struggled in these spots over the course of the season. And we saw Jordan Binnington get the start on Monday, so that probably means that we're going to see Joel Hofer as the backup getting the start here. And Binnington, no disrespect to Joel Hofer, but Jordan Binnington is a lot more reliable than Hofer has been this season. The Islanders, they're rested. They had some time off. You're going to get the better option here in Elias Sorokin likely for the Islanders here. So I got to go with New York to keep the ball rolling in this one. I just think they're the better team playing better hockey right now. So give me the New York Islanders on the money line at -160. Now we're going to the TD Garden where the Boston Bruins take on the Edmonton Oilers. And this is probably the toughest game on the card, or at least one of them, because both these teams are so good, and it wouldn't surprise me if this actually ended up being a Stanley Cup final preview. But I think I got to look at the under here, mainly because, the Edmonton Oilers are back to playing solid defense again. They're back to playing just great hockey overall, and a lot of it has to do with solid goaltending, solid defense. I mean, you look at the Edmonton Oilers over the course of their 4-game win streak that they're back on, they've once again turned to solid defense, giving up 2 goals or less in each of the 4 wins. The Boston Bruins are on the second half of a back-to-back here. They just beat up on Toronto. They held a potent Toronto offense to just 1 goal on the road. And I still think that, despite some struggles here and there, the Boston goaltending duo of Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman are one of the best in the NHL. I think this has, a first to 3 feel to it. I get it. You see the Bruins and Oilers on the marquee, you immediately think, well, this has got to be a game that's marked for some goals. I think it's the first to 3 wins this one. Maybe you have a 4-2 game if there's an empty netter, but I'm going with the under 6.5 in this one. Now we're heading to the Bridgestone Arena where the Nashville Predators take on the Montreal Canadiens. And this is another tough one from a betting perspective, because I have no qualms that, the Nashville Predators are the better team. They're the only team, really, it feels like they're the only team going anywhere. They're currently occupying a wild card spot in the Western Conference. But here's the thing, Nashville wouldn't surprise me if they won on the puck line here. They've won 8 straight games, just like the Oilers and Bruins have been. Well, at least for the Oilers for the most part, they've been winning those games with defense. I mean, this Nashville team's given up 2 goals or less in 7 of the 8 games during the win streak, and they've won they have won all those games on the puck line. Meanwhile, Montreal, despite losing a lot of games here and there, the majority of those, they're covering the plus 1.5 puck line. Even though they've lost 7 of their last 8 games, they've covered the plus 1.5 in 6 of the last 7. They've either won or lost by a goal. The last 2 games they were on the road against Tampa Bay and Florida, 2 tough teams in their division. They went to overtime and actually went to a shootout in both of those games. So I could see, the plus 1.5 hitting with Montreal, because it's been a profitable bet for them this season. I could also see the Nashville Predators keeping their win streak going, especially on the puck line, against an inferior opponent. So I'm going to kind of meet it in the middle here. I'm going to take the Nashville Predators to win this one in regulation. I think the Preds win this game, and even if it's a 1-goal victory, I think that I think it's a lot better to take the Preds in regulation, sacrifice the potential of overtime, which is always going to be there, but sacrifice that to get a minus 220 favorite down to minus 140. So give me the Preds to win this one in regulation and push the win streak to 9 games. Now let's head to the Canada Life Center where the Winnipeg Jets take on the Seattle Kraken. The Seattle Kraken, they on this back-to-back here, they looked really good in taking down the Calgary Flames and ending Calgary's win streak on Monday, but now they have to end another one. The Winnipeg Jets back to their winning ways. They had some hiccups, but this Winnipeg Jets team, and I've said it all along, has been quietly been one of the most consistent teams in the NHL this season. They've also been one of the best teams in the NHL this year. 21-7-2 at home, a 70% win percentage, absolutely crushing it at home. The Seattle Kraken last year were really solid on the road. I believe they were the most profitable or second most profitable road team in the NHL, but this year they're 13-12-6, well below 500. And while Seattle Kraken won on Monday, they're not going to lose every game. And it was like I said, it was a bad bounces for Calgary in that game. And while Seattle's won 3 straight on the road, Winnipeg's won a bunch of their games at home. They're just on an absolute tear right now. I got to go with the Winnipeg Jets. I'm going to take them in regulation, but I also put here, I wouldn't be opposed if you want to just take them on the money line and use it as a parlay piece. But either way, it's going to be the Jets here for me in this one. Now we're going to the Mullet Arena for this matchup between the Arizona Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks. And, man, should the Arizona Coyotes be laying minus 220 against anybody? Probably not. But here's the thing. We faded the Chicago Blackhawks against Colorado, and once again, it worked like a charm as they lost 5-0. Now they're on the back-to-back against an Arizona team that plays their best hockey at home, despite, being dropped back to 500, near 500 at home. But again, they still have a winning record despite that double-digit losing streak. And now this Arizona team's back to finding some confidence. They have back-to-back road wins over Ottawa and Washington. Chicago started Peter Mrazek, who technically is their better goalie on Monday. So now you're likely going to see Arvid Soderblom here for Chicago. He's 2-18-1 this season as a starter. This guy hasn't picked up a win since December, I believe, and the majority of the games that he's played have resulted in puck line losses for the Chicago Blackhawks. This guy's getting torched. Last time he took the crease, it was a 5-2 loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets of all teams, and that was at home. So I have no faith in this Chicago Blackhawks team. The Coyotes, at least, like I said, at least they have some confidence right now. And while Arizona's a long way out of the playoff race in the West in the wild card hunt, if they want to have any shot at bringing those hopes back from the dead, they're going to have to take advantage of spots like these. And I think it's a good get-right spot for Arizona to start building some momentum back at home again. Got to take the Coyotes on the puck line in this one. Now we're going to the Crypto.com arena where the Los Angeles Kings take on the Vancouver Canucks. And this is one of the other tough games on the board because the Vancouver Canucks are not playing well right now. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10 games. LA has won the last 3 meetings between these two teams, including the last meeting, back on February 29th. But I struggle with the Kings still because they're still just 12-10-6 at home. They did just beat on the New Jersey Devils at home, but the Vancouver Canucks are a better team than what they've showed in a lot of their recent games. We've seen this Vancouver Canucks team put goals on the board left and right. I mean, still, even with their recent slump, they're still averaging 3.56 goals per game. In their last 10, still 2.9. And, Los Angeles Kings, like I said, this Kings team is playing well, but I still think the value is when you're getting a team that, despite losing, 6 of their last 8 games, they're still leading the Pacific Division by a fair margin. I got to take the Vancouver Canucks here. We're getting them at a near even money price. Give me Vancouver in this one, but probably not one I'm rushing to the window to bet. One of the few on Tuesday's card. And our final game on Tuesday's card takes us to the SAP Center where the San Jose Sharks take on the Dallas Stars in a matchup that we just saw on Saturday, and it ended up being a 3-2 victory for the Dallas Stars in a shootout. A game that I'm sure the Dallas Stars would not have liked to have been that close as it was, but again, the San Jose Sharks have shown some fight in some spots. They've now lost back-to-back one-goal road games, and they come back home where technically they've played their better hockey. But I'm still not jumping to back the San Jose Sharks because realistically, every time I have, they found a way to blow it up in my face. On the other side of that coin, though, the Dallas Stars, as much as I like the Dallas Stars, they've played in a lot of close games themselves, and the only way to find any sort of value with Dallas in this game is to take them on the puck line. And, they beat San Jose 3-2. They lost to the Islanders 3-2 at home. They beat Carolina 2-1 on the road. They lost to, teams like Edmonton, Boston, the Rangers and Ottawa on the road. So I don't know if I can trust Dallas right now. They are the logical pick to win this one on the puck line because, like I said, it's so hard to trust the Dallas Stars. But I'm still going to go with the under 6 in this one. I don't trust the San Jose Sharks. The Dallas Stars have some great goaltending. So if this is a bounce back spot for the Stars, I see it being in a convincing victory like 4-1 or 4-0. And if it's another battle, that wouldn't surprise me either if it was like 3-2 once again, or 2-1 or 3-1. So give me the under 6 here, but definitely better options on Tuesday's card. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. Again, if you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell in the description of this video below to get notified when the newest and freshest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. If you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium, and make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.